YouTube? It's your boy Canadianwaver back again with another video. Today, I know I kept you waiting, but we're back with my new series, Road to Elite. This series is catered towards those elite wavers who are trying to get their pattern past that hump that's keeping them locked off, whether it's a couple forks, a flow issue in your pattern, whatever that may be that's holding you back. This series is to help you get over that hump, to do what it takes, push your pattern to that elite status. So I'm gonna drop my 4-way for you. This is my most recent 4-way after I cut, which I'm going to show you the cut in this video, and I'm going to show you my plan to fix the flow issue in my pattern. Let's get right into that video.
Ain't nobody wanna put the time in. I've been in the stool straight grinding. Bitch trying to do me like assignments, dog. Flagging the motherfucking pilot, dog. With the vibe, you could try it, dog. I'm the best motherfucker I can recall. Trust me when I say it ain't biased, dog. Talk shit, you gon' get silenced, dog.
Alright, first things first, you're going to be combing your pattern out with the grain. You want to make sure you have no snags once you pick those clippers up, because you want to have the cleanest haircut possible. So I said I'm cutting low. I'm just combing with my metal comb with the wide side, then with the fine side, until I have no snags in my hair. When I cut my hair, I love to use the Andes cordless masters, and I love to use the purple double magnetic guards. This one I'm using the 1.5 guard, and I'm going through my pattern with the grain. As I'm cutting, I make sure I stop short at the hairline or any other areas that have inconsistent growth. I don't want to create the look of a bald spot on my pattern, so I make sure I manipulate the cut to benefit me. When you cut, you don't want to be applying any pressure with the clippers. You just want to make sure that those clippers are gliding through your hair and cutting everything evenly as possible. Since this series is for elite wavers, I shouldn't have to say it, but a reminder, you want to always have a mirror in front of you and a mirror behind you, just to see what you're doing when you're cutting your hair. The last thing you want to do is make a mistake because you didn't look at your pattern before cutting it. After that first guard, I just lay down the hair with my hand and decide if I need to pass over one more time just to make sure the cut is even. So I'm going to pick back up that 1.5 guard and the Andes Masters, and I'm going to pass over a couple areas. Just like when you're brushing your hair, cutting your hair has the same principles. Repetition, repetition, repetition. It's key. You want to make sure you're executing the best cut possible so you can progress. This is also the point where I've opened up that 1.5 guard and I make sure I pass over the shoreline area and hairline area, because I don't want my cut to be too uneven or create the appearance of an inconsistent haircut. Here I'm also making sure I go back over my crown area. As I said, I'm doing a low cut. That includes my crown. I'm not trying to do much manipulation when it comes to the length here. I want to have an even cut all around. Make sure you have your clipper cleaning brush with you. You want to brush out any extra hair that's building up inside your clippers between the guard and the blade. You want to have a consistent cut, and that's included in that. You can clean it out between passes of your hair, or you can do it when you're switching up guards. You be the judge. So before I go in with my next guard, I'm going to use that same stainless steel metal comb, and I'm going to use a fine tooth side and comb out my pattern one more time. As I said before, I don't want to have any snags, and I want to make sure I'm getting all the hair when I'm cutting. I'm now going to be going in with a lower guard, so I don't want to mess up at all. Comb the whole pattern, including the crown. If I were to start cutting without combing my hair out, I'd create more chances to patch my pattern, which will set me back even further. And that's the last thing I want to do, especially when I'm on the road to elite. Once I'm sure everything's combed out, I'm grabbing my Andes Masters again with the double magnetic purple guards, and I'm going with the grain. I made sure the guard is closed because I want to have a lower cut. I want to see my foundation so I can change my foundation. I always have a mirror in my hand and a mirror in front of me, especially when I'm doing the crown area. I don't want to cut that the wrong way, like against the grain with the one guard, because the hair would be way too low and I'd be starting from square one. I still want to see the foundation. I want to have that foundation so I can work with it, so I can improve it. And I'll be more consistent to clean out my clippers between every single pass. I don't want to have any buildup of hair inside the clippers while I'm cutting my hair. The only area that I'm not going to hit with this one guard are the corners and the front hairline. Everything else, I'm making sure I pass over it with the one guard. The back hairline, the back taper area is all going down to a one guard. Alright, once I'm sure that I've cut everything evenly with that one guard and I don't see any extra hair coming off the clippers, I'm just going to lay everything down again with my hand. And I'm going to get some excess hair off of my neck before I do a lineup. So we'll be right back. Alright, let's get down to the details of this plan now. So because I've cut low, now I have to change my angles up to fix my flow issue with my pattern. I want to shout out the squad, Maisha Ebony. Make sure you give her a follow. Also, she's on YouTube. I'm going to throw it up right here. And it's also going to be down below in the description. She helped me out with my angles. These are the new angles that I'm going to implement into my pattern. I'm going to start off with some 9-row brushes because I need something with a lot of pull. I'm going to go on a 9-row diet for the first half of the shift just to try to pull my top in these new angles. So right here, I'm going to throw up the new angles for you for my top. Everything else, for the most part, I'm going to keep it consistent with my pattern because everything else is pretty much flowing together. It's just this top and this top right, top left transition. Let's get right back into this. Alright, now that I've dusted off all the extra hair, I grabbed a couple brushes just to make sure I can put my crown back into place and then brush my hairline before applying spritz to line myself up. So I have the GZ V1 medium brush and the Torino Pro 72, which is my workhorse brush for my crown. I'm just passing over everything and making sure everything's laid in place before I pick up those trimmers. Once I was sure everything's in place, I apply the spritz to my hairline and throw my durag on, and then I use my Babyliss Pro Skeleton FX trimmers to line my hair up. Alright YouTube, that's the cut. I'm happy with this one with the grain. I wanted a clean cut all around so I can see my foundation and work it into place. This is the first step on the road to elite. The first of many in this series. Make sure you stay tuned once a month so you can see the update on this top and see how these new angles are working out for me. As I change brushes, I'm going to let you know in an update video just so you can see every step of this journey. can't lie, I was feeling myself a little bit off this cut. I was proud of my work, so don't mind me just checking out the cut there. Alright YouTube, that's the video. Episode 1, Road to Elite, the plan. I showed you every step of the way as I was cutting my hair. I showed you now I'm at a 1 with the grain, my new angles that I'm going to implement, the type of brush that I'm going to use to shift my pattern. This is going to be a monthly update, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, turn the notifications on so you don't miss the next video. As I said, it's going to be a monthly series because you will not see those drastic changes in 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 weeks. I'm going to show you each month my progress of this shift so you can see that it's a realistic timeline for my pattern. If you want to see some more content, tap into Wavy Wednesday. You'll see weekly updates of my pattern. I'm not hiding it from you guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you next week in the video. We out of here.